once in a while, I think it's valuable to take a look at the familiar parts of the Bible that we all think we know, inside and out. Genesis, the creation of man and woman. According to the Bible, God didn't create a man and a woman as two separate beings. He formed a man, gave him life, then he took one of the man's ribs to form a woman. What does this mean? I know some of my more conservative colleagues will interpret this to mean that the male is numero uno, and the female was given to him to serve and obey. I see some of you career gals shaking your heads and thinking, no way. And I agree. Ask my wife which of us is the one to make the bed in the morning so she can run off to work. Although she'll tell you, I still don't get corners right. Anyway, so what is the true message of the story of creation? What is the meaning of Adam's rib? Does it mean that inside every man you can find the makings of a woman? And is the reverse also true? If woman was created out of man, does that mean that women also have a masculine side? And remember, originally, God did not give Adam and Eve a knowledge of their sexual differences. They were innocent. They did not enter into physical relations until God cast them out of paradise. Is the Bible actually telling us that God never intended for there to be a difference between the sexes? Is the Bible saying that in our perfect state that male and female are one and the same? I related these thoughts to my wife. She looked at me. She said, honey, I think you've been working too hard. She got out her Bible and we read over Genesis together. And she pointed out a crucial passage to me. And Adam said, referring to Eve, this is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman because she was taken out of man. Therefore shall a man leave his father and mother and cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh. In other words, Adam's rib symbolizes the bonds of marriage. Of course, by making Eve out of Adam's flesh, God is saying that husbands and wives belong to one another. No matter what. Never to part. Never to part. That was Genesis. Let us pray.
I think I'm going to break up with my boyfriend. It's not that he did anything wrong or anything, but I feel like I've been scammed. You know when there's something you really, really want, and then when you finally get it, you realize it's not what you thought you wanted, or it's broken or something? Well, that's what happened to me. When I said yes to Philip, he was the star quarterback of the football team. In the 3 weeks we've been together, he broke his finger, his toe, and he chipped a tooth. I'm serious. I mean, what are the odds of that happening to somebody? I mean, seriously. I know, don't look at me like that. I know it's not his fault. I know this thing shouldn't matter. But let's get real here, it does. See, my dad's a lawyer, and he talks about breach of contract all the time. And I think I have grounds, because Philip broke the terms of our contract. And, think about it. What if you had a boyfriend with thick model type hair and washboard abs, and suddenly he shaved his head and his abs turned to flab? You'd break up with him in a heartbeat. You know you would. Well, that's what happened to me. Oh, here comes Benchwarmer now. I better break up with him before he breaks something else.
I never met Philo Farnsworth. I made the last scene up. I should have met with him. I couldn't. It attract attention. So if I met with him, or if I'd offered him a job, it doesn't matter. By and large, that was the last anyone heard from him. He was hospitalized in 1949 for depression. He'd live another 25 years after that, but he died drunk and broke and in obscurity. Pete Conrad was the third man on the moon. And when he stepped off the LEM, he radioed back what you'd expect, the usual. Houston, such and such is operational, and so on. And then he stopped. He looked around. He felt what's under his feet. And in an entirely different voice, he said, "My God, we were meant to be explorers." And then a moment later he said, "And good luck, Mr. Fitzhugh." I had a chance to meet Conrad later, and I asked him, "What did you mean when you said, 'Good luck, Mr. Fitzhugh'?" Apparently the Fitzhughs were his neighbors from growing up. And one night he heard them arguing, and Mrs. Fitzhugh shouted, "Oral sex! You'll get oral sex when the kid next door walks on the moon!" I don't get people who say, "What business do we have going on the moon when people around the world are starving?" Well, first of all, people aren't starving because we went to the moon. One doesn't have much to do with the other. But you go because it's next. We came out of a cave, went over a hill, crossed an ocean, pioneered a continent, and we took to the heavens. We were meant to be explorers. Explorers and builders and protectors. I don't think I stole television. But if I did it fair and square. But he deserved better in my hands. He was going to do so much more. But I burned his house down, so he wouldn't burn mine down first.
Oh no, it's just a daydream of mine. A little street, a little suburb, far, far from the urban skid row, where everyone has the same little front lawn and the same little flagstone patio out back, and all the houses look neat and pretty, because they all look alike. Oh, I dream of it all the time. Just me, a toaster, and a cute little guy like Seymour.
God, it's freezing. My brain's gone numb. It's so cold. Feels as if I was covered with snow, doused with water, and flung senselessly, I mean. What with the snow drifts and the miserable blizzard? 5 minutes out there, I'll be at death's door. And for what? I'm half dead already. It'll be one thing to go to a rendezvous, or to collect an inheritance or something. But no, here I am on a road to ruin. I can't even think about it. It's so terrible.
I regard myself as a woman who's seen much of life. I've learned from some of it, remained blind to much of it, and I guess just watched the rest lurch past me. I've always expected the worst from people, and I have rarely been disappointed. The first, and the first is always the worst, was an instructor in history at the Carthage Female Academy. Board and lodge was $10 a month. He taught history, and we made a little between lessons. Or at least it felt like making history. I was 11. He was, I don't know, 20, 21. All he ever said was, "I can't keep my hands to myself." And he couldn't. He truly, truly could not. I had a horse I loved better than any man. A mare, brown and white mare. I called her Venus. She was better to me than I ever was to her. I was never proud of what happened to my babies. And when Pearl run off, and little Ed came at me that way, well, I just got on Venus and I rode away. I wore my lavender dress draped in black fringe. I had a bloom in my hat and a riding crop on my wrist, just dangling there. Except for the gun I kept tucked in the folds of my skirt, I was one first-class lady.
Have you ever watched a little girl, a 3-year-old? They are
crazy independent, insanely flirtatious, always creating new worlds that get them giddy. But big God and big government want the same thing. For us girls to keep believing that we are ugly and needy, sinful and powerless. But imagine if a generation of young women grew up knowing that the opposite is true. That from the start, we are original, that we are heroic, and that their bodies are oceans, and sex is for their discovery. And we don't need a church or a Congress to promise us safety or validation. We can transform this world all on our own.
I came across this picture a while ago. It's in the yearbook. His name was Jim. He had the most beautiful voice. We sat across the aisle from each other Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays in the auditorium. He used to call me Blue Roses. When I had that attack of pleurosis, he asked me what was the matter when I came back. I said pleurosis. He thought I said blue roses. So that's what he always called me after that. Whenever he'd see me, he'd holler, "Hello, Blue Roses!" I didn't care for the girl he went out with, Emily Meisenbach. Emily was the best dressed girl at Solden, but she never struck me as being sincere. I read in the newspaper once that they were engaged. That's a long time ago. They're probably married by now.
Hear them? You hear them screaming? I wonder where their voice boxes are located since they don't have necks. I'll tell you, I got so nervous at that table tonight, I thought I would throw back my head and utter a scream you could hear across the Arkansas border and parts of Louisiana and Tennessee. I said to your charming sister-in-law, "May, honey, couldn't you put those precious little things at a separate table with an oilcloth cover? Well, they make such a mess, and the lace cloth looks so pretty." She made enormous eyes at me and said, "Oh no, on Big Daddy's birthday? Why, he would never forgive me." Well, I want you to know, Big Daddy had been at the table 2 minutes with those 5 no-neck monsters slobbering and drooling over their food before he threw down his fork and shouted, "For God's sake, Cooper, why don't you put them pigs in a trough in the kitchen?" Well, I swear, I simply could have died. Think of the brick. They got 5 of them, and number 6 is coming. They brought the whole bunch down here like animals to display at a county fair. Why, they had those children do tricks all the time. "Junior, show Big Daddy how you do this. Show Big Daddy how you do that. Say your little piece for Big Daddy, sister. Show your dimple, sugar. Brother, show Big Daddy how you stand on your head." It goes on all the time, along with constant little remarks and innuendos about the fact that I have not produced any children. Practically childless and totally useless. Of course, it's comical, but it's also disgusting since it's so obvious what they're up to.
Titania.
What, jealous, Oberon? Very skip hence, I forsworn his bed in company.
Tarry, rash one. Am not I thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. But I know when thou hast stolen away from fairyland and in the shape of Corin sat all day, playing at pipes of corn and versing love to amorous Philida. Why art thou here? Come from the farthest steppe of India. But that forsooth the bouncing Amazon, your busk-skinned mistress and your warrior love, to Theseus must be wedded. And you come to give their bed joy and prosperity?
How canst thou thus for shame, Titania, glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing that I know of thy love to Theseus? Didst thou not lead him through the glimmering night from Periguna whom he ravished?
And with fair eagles, make him break his faith to Ariadne and Antiopa?
These are the forgeries of jealousy. And never, since the middle summer spring, met we on hill, in dale, forest or mead, by paved fountain or by rushy brook, or the beached margent of the sea, to dance our ringlets to the whistling wind. But with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. And this same progeny of evils comes from our debate, from our dissension. We are their parents and original.
Do you amend it then? It lies in you. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairyland buys not the child of me. His mother was a votress of my order. And in the spiced Indian air by night, full often hath she gossiped by my side, and sat with me on Neptune's yellow sands, marking the embarked traders on the flood. And we have laughed to see the sails conceive and grow big-bellied with the wanton wind, which she, with pretty and with swimming gait following, for womb then rich with my young squire, would imitate and sail upon the land to fetch me trifles, and return again as from a voyage rich with merchandise. But she, being mortal, of that boy did die. And for her sake do I rear up her boy, and for her sake I will not part with him.
How long into this wood intend thee stay?
Perchance till after Theseus' wedding day. If you will patiently dance in our round and see our moonlight revels, go with us. If not, shun me and I will spare your haunts.
Give me that boy, and I shall go with you.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. Fairies away, you shall chide down right if I longer stay.
Marry, sir, they praise me and they make an ass of me. Now, my foes do tell me that I am an ass, plainly. And by that, I profit in the knowledge of myself, and by my friends, I am abused. Now, so that conclusions to be as to kisses, if your 4 negatives make your 2 affirmatives, why then, the worse for my friends and the better for my foes.
Oh God, she comes! Oh honey nurse, what news hast thou met with him? Send thy man away.
Peter, stay at the gate.
Now, good sweet nurse. Oh Lord, why lookest thou sad? Though news be sad, yet tell them merrily. If good, thou shamest the music of sweet news by playing it to me with so sour a face.
Give me leave a while, I am a-weary. Why, how my bones do ache, and such a Johnson I had.
I would thou hadst my bones, and I thy news. Nay, come, I pray thee speak. Good nurse, speak.
Jesu, what haste! Can you not stay a while? Do you not see that I am out of breath?
How art thou out of breath? When thou hadst breath to say to me that thou art out of breath. The excuse that thou dost make in this delay is longer than the tale thou dost excuse. Is thy news good or bad? Answer to that. Say either, and I'll stay the circumstance. Let me be satisfied. Is it good or bad?
Oh, you have made a simple choice. You know not how to choose a man. Romeo? No, not he, although his face be better than any man's, and yet his leg excels all men's. And as for a hand and a foot and a body, though they not to be talked on, yet they are past compare. He is not the flower of courtesy, but I'll warrant him as gentle as a lamb. Go thy way, wench, serve God. Now, what, hast thou dined at home?
No, but all this did I know before. What says he of our marriage? What of that?
How my head aches. Oh, what a head do I have. It beats as it would fall in 20 pieces. And oh, my back. Oh, my back. Oh, toss aside. Oh, my back. My back. Oh, beshrew your heart for sending me about to catch my death with jouncing up and down.
I'faith, I am sorry that thou art not well. Sweet nurse, tell me what says my love.
Your love says, like an honest gentleman, and a kind, and a courteous, and a handsome, and I'll warrant virtuous. Where is your mother?
Where is my mother? Why, she is within, where should she be? How oddly thou repliest. Your love says, like an honest gentleman, where is your mother?
Oh, God's lady dear, are you so hot? Mary, come up, I trow. Is this the poultice for my aching bones? Henceforward, do your messages yourself.
Here's such a coil. Come. What says Romeo?
Do you have leave to go to shrift today?
I have.
Then hie you to Friar Lawrence cell. There stays a husband to make you a wife. Now comes the wanton blood up in her cheeks. They'll be scarlet soon at any news. Hie you to the church. I must another way to fetch a ladder by the which your love must climb a bird's nest soon when it is dark. I am but the drudge and toil in your delight, but you shall bear the burden soon at night.
Oh!
Go, I'll to dinner. Hie you to the cell.
High to high fortune. Honest nurse, farewell.
It is the cause. It is the cause in my soul. Let me not name it unto thee, you chaste star, sweet as alabaster. Yet she must die, or else she betray more men. Put out the lights! Yeah, put out the lights! What have I done? What have I done? So sweet was near, so fatal. I must weep.
Is she to be buried in Christian burial that willfully seeks her own salvation?
I tell thee she is.
How can that be?
The crowner hath sat on her and finds a Christian burial.
How can that be? Unless she drowned herself in her own defense.
Why, 'tis found so.
It must be se offendendo. It cannot be else, for here lies the point. If I drown myself wittingly, it argues an act. And an act hath three branches. It is to act, to do, and to perform. Argal, she drowned herself wittingly.
Nay, but hear you, Goodman Telder.
Give me leave. Here lies the water. Good? Here stands the man. Good. If the man go to this water and drown himself, it is will-he-nil-he he goes. Mark you that. But if the water come to him and drown him, he drowns not himself. Argal, he that is not guilty of his own death, shortens not his own life.
But is this the law?
Aye, merriest Crowner's quest law.
If you had the truth on it, if this had not been a gentlewoman, she should have been buried all out of Christian burial.
Why, there thou sayest, and the more pity that great folk should have countenance in this world to drown or hang themselves more than they're even Christian. Come, my spade. There is no ancient gentleman, but gardeners, ditchers, and grave makers. They hold up Adam's profession.
Was he a gentleman?
I was the first that ever bore arms.
Why, he had none.
What? Art a heathen? How dost thou understand the scriptures? The scripture says Adam digged. Could he dig without arms? I'll put another question to thee. If thou answerest me not to the purpose, confess thyself.
Go to.
What is he that builds stronger than either the mason, the shipwright, or the carpenter?
The gallows maker. The frame he builds outlasts 1,000 tenants.
I like thy wit well. In good faith, the gallows does well. But how does it well? It does well to those that do ill. Now thou dost ill to say the gallows is built stronger than the church. Argal, the gallows may do well to thee. Come again to it.
Who built stronger than the mason, the shipwright, or the carpenter?
Aye, tell me that, and unyoke.
Mary. Now I can tell.
To it.
By the mass, I cannot tell.
Cudgel thy brain no more about it, for your dull ass will not mend his pace with beating. And when you are asked this question next, say a grave maker, the houses he makes lasts till doomsday. Go, get thee to Johann, fetch me a stoup of liquor.
Soft! What light do yonder window brings? Oh, it is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Oh, arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who's already sick and pale with grief that thou, her maid, art far more fair than she. Be not her maid, since she is envious. Her best delivery is sick and green, and none but fools do wear it. Cast it off. What is my lady? What is my love? That she knew she were. She speaks, yet she says nothing. What of that? Or I discourses. I will answer it. I am too bold. 'Tis not to me she speaks. Two of the fairest stars in all the heaven, having some business, do entreat her eyes to twinkle in their spheres till they return. What if her eyes were there, they in her head? Oh, the brightness of her cheek would shame those stars as daylight does a lamp. Her eye in heaven would through the airy regions stream so bright birds would sing and think it were not night. See how she leans her cheek upon her hand? Oh, that I were a glove upon that hand. Oh, that I might touch that cheek.
Ay me.
Oh, she speaks. Oh, speak again, bright angel. Thou art as glorious to this night, being o'er my head, as is a winged messenger of heaven, unto the white upturned wondering eyes of mortals that fall back to gaze on him as he bestrides the lazy puffing clouds and sails upon the bosom of the air.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name, or if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I will no longer be a Capulet.
Shall I hear more, or shall I speak of this?
'Tis but thy name that is my enemy. Thou art thyself, though not a Montague. What's Montague? It is nor hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, nor any other part belonging to a man. Oh, be some other name. What's in a name? That which we call a rose, by any other name would smell as sweet, so Romeo would. Were he not Romeo called, retain that dear perfection which he owes without that title. Romeo, doff thy name, and for thy name, which is no part of thee, take all myself.
I take thee at thy word. Call me but love, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth, I never will be Romeo.
What man art thou that thus bescreened in night, so stumblest upon my counsel?
By a name, I know not how to tell thee who I am. See, my name, dear saint, is hateful to myself, because it is an enemy to thee. I'd written, I tear the word.
My ears have not yet drunk 100 words of that tongue's uttering, and yet I know the sound. Art thou not Romeo, and a Montague?
Oh, neither, fair maid, if either thee dislike.
How camest thou hither? Tell me, and wherefore? The orchard walls are high and hard to climb, and the place death, considering who thou art, if any of my kinsmen find thee here.
By love's light wings did I approach these walls, for stony limits cannot hold love out, and what love can do, that dares love attempt. For thy kinsmen are no stop to me.
If they do see thee here, they will murder thee.
Alack, there lies more peril in thine eye than 20 of their swords. But thou wast sweet, and I am proof against the remedy.
I would not for the world they saw thee here.
I have night's cloak to hide me from their eyes, and but thou love me, let them find me here. My life were better ended by their hate than death prorogued, wanting of thy love.
By whose direction foundst thou out this place?
It was by love that first did prompt me to inquire. He led me counsel, and I led him eyes, and I am no pilot. Yet wert thou as far as that vast shore washed with the farthest sea, I should adventure for such merchandise.
Thou knowest the mask of night is on my face, else would a maiden blush to paint my cheek. For that which thou hast heard me speak tonight, fain would I dwell on fain deny what I have spoke. But farewell compliment. Dost thou love me? I know thou wilt say aye, and I will take thy word. Yet, if thou swearest, thou mayest prove false. At lovers' perjuries, they say Jove laughs. Gentle Romeo, if thou dost love, pronounce it faithfully. Or, if thou thinkest I am too quickly won, I'll frown and be perverse and say thee nay, so that thou wilt woo, but else not for the world. In truth, fair Montague, I am too fond, and therefore thou mayest think my behavior light. But trust me, gentlemen, I'll prove more true than those that have more cunning to be strange. I should have been more strange, I must confess, but that thou overheardst ere I was ware my true love's passion. Therefore pardon me, and not impute this yielding to light love, which the dark night hath so discovered.
Lady, by yonder blessed moon I vow that tips with silver all these fruit tree tops.
Oh, swear not on the moon? The inconstant moon that monthly changes in her circled orb, lest thy love prove likewise variable.
And what shall I swear by?
Do not swear at all, or, if thou wilt, swear by thy gracious self, which is the god of my idolatry, and I'll believe thee.
Ah, if my heart's dear love.
Well, do not swear. Although I joy in thee, I have no joy of this contract tonight. It is too rash, too unadvised, too sudden, too like the lightning which doth cease to be ere one can say it lightens. Sweet, good night. This bud of love by summer's ripening breath may prove a beauteous flower when next we meet. Good night, good night. Sweet repose and rest come to thy heart,
is that within my breast.
Wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied?
What satisfaction canst thou have tonight?
The exchange of Lila's faithful vow for mine.
I gave thee mine before thou didst request it, and yet I would it were to give again.
Wouldst thou withdraw? For what purpose, love?
But to be frank, and give it thee again. And yet I wish but for the thing I have. My bounty is as boundless as the sea, my love as deep. The more I give to thee, the more I have, for both are infinite.
Here comes Creon, the new king of thieves. Why has he called this gathering?
By royal edict, I have summoned you here. Upon a single day, 2 brothers, Anticheles and Polynices, have killed each other. I now possess the throne and royal power by right of nearest kinship with the dead. As for the 2 brothers, I proclaim the following edict. Anticheles, none more valiant than he, who so gloriously fought for his country and laid down his life, be entombed with every grace and honor. But Polynices, who returned from exile to fight against us, shall be left unburied. Such is my will.
Such as your will, my lord.
Look to it then. See that you defend the law now made. Have appointed guards to watch the unburied body.
What further orders do you lay on us?
That you resist whoever disobeys.
None are so foolish as to long for death.
Death is indeed the price.
Creon, my king, I am out of breath with running. I am here to tell you all. It may be nothing, still I'll tell you. I can suffer nothing more than what is my fate.
Is your news unpleasant?
Aye, and fear makes a man pause long.
Make an end to it. Tell your story and be gone.
Here it is, the body. The unburied body of Polynices has been sprinkled with dust and given the sacred rites.
Who has dared a deed so rash?
I know not. The earth was hard, dry, and undisturbed. There was no sign of chariot wheels. The person who had done such a deed left no trace at all.
Perhaps this deed was ordered by the gods.
Silence! Cease your chatter, or my wrath will fall upon you. I know a person can be bribed to do such an act. Of all vile things on earth, none is so vile than money. I speak to you plainly and confirm it with this oath. Unless you find the author of this burial rite, a mere death should not suffice for
I am
you.
not the one who did it.
Then bring forth the person who did.
Oh, may the gods grant the guilty one be found.
Many are the wonders of the world, and none so wonderful as human beings, full of resource against all that comes to harm them. Against death alone is a human being left with no defense. What strange sight is this?
I doubt my eyes. Antigone, Antigone, what have you done? Unlucky daughter of an unlucky father. It cannot be you who disobeyed King Creon.
Why did you bring this girl? Where was she taken?
Burying her brother, we captured her. All was evident.
Is this the truth?
I caught her burying the body you had forbidden to be touched. Is that distinct and clear?
You there, who look down upon the earth. Are these accusations true or false?
I admit to all. I do not deny it.
Sentinel, you may go. But tell me, and let your speech be brief. Have you not heard of my edict forbidding such a deed?
I heard and I knew.
And you dare to disobey my law?
It was not Zeus who issued this decree. And nor did I think that you, Creon, a man, could override the laws of heaven.
Antigone shows her father's temperament, fierce and defiant. She will not yield to any storm.
Those who are most obstinate suffer the greatest fall. I've seen the wildest horses tamed, and only by a tiny bit. This girl is insolent, and she boasts on what she did. And even though she may be my niece, she shall not escape the direct penalty, and neither shall her sister.
Do you do nothing more than to take me and kill me?
I desire no more.
Then why do you delay? I take no pleasure in hearing you speak. What greater gift could I have given the heavens than to bury a brother?
You are the only one in a city to think so.
These people think as I do, yet they say nothing out of fear for you.
You honored a traitor.
It was a brother who died, not a servant.
Down then to death! While I live, no one shall master me.
See, here comes Isame.
You! Lurking like a serpent in my house. You confess you shared this burial? Or do you swear you had no knowledge of such a deed?
I share the blame and do not shrink.
No! Justice forbids your claim. You refused, and I gave you no part of it.
I'm glad to stand in your side at your danger.
I love not those who love in words alone.
Sister, let me die.
Let me die alone. Remember, you would not help me. You cannot claim as yours what you rejected.
What joy do I have to live when you are gone?
We cannot hold back our tears, which rise like the flood.
Now kingly power takes terrible vengeance.
That outfit. It was the week after Ma's funeral. I was off alone. I was looking out the window thinking, what now? When I saw you at the White Hedge, swinging that stick like you were teaching the grass to grow. Why'd you take it up?
Tony's not alive to stop me, and it keeps me from thinking.
Then I should get one. Thinking's worse than February.
The Guinness is good.
Do you like it?
It's perfect.
It's not the pub.
No, it's not the pub. But neither do you have to drive down to the pub and face the Garda on the way home.
It's terrible the way the Garda persecute the country folk with the stops.
Well, we were murdering ourselves with the automobiles and the black turns of the road. Did you read the story about the 6 college boys last week?
I read it.
They were going 100 on a lane as wide as my leg. Spattered themselves across the road. There was a badger licking the blood when they found the body.
I'll think of that detail as I drift off tonight.
No, don't.
I will. Imagine their mothers.
Oh, I won't do it. It's too awful.
You should come by more. A girl needs a chat.
Oh, sure. A man does too. Rosemary, I have news.
I knew it.
You did not.
I knew there must be something to get you within sight of the house.
It's true. My cousin is coming from America.
Who?
Frank's son, Adam Riley.
Adam?
Yeah.
Imagine naming your child after the first man on earth.
I suppose they did. He's going to want to be brought round.
They must have had the Bible open on the first page.
I suppose so.
What do you mean, brought round?
Oh, he's going to want to meet people.
Which?
You'd be good.
Me?
Why not?
Why?
Well, to tell you the utter truth, I believe Adam is coming from America in search of a wife.
A wife?
He has an idea that an Irish woman would be made of better stuff than the girls he meets in America.
There's truth in that. And you want me to help him find somebody?
You could do that, I suppose.
How about Mary O'Connor?
Mary O'Connor? Does she still have that whistling tooth?
She does.
And ankles like shackles spilling out of her shoes.
Hard worker, though. She can rip an aluminium can with her hands.
God love her. No, I was thinking more somebody like you.
You what? Who's like me?
Well, you are. I was thinking maybe you could let him take a look at you.
Take a look at me in what way?
Your beauty.
My beauty?
Yes.
This is the first I've heard of it.
Oh, don't pretend you don't know you're beautiful. Half of Mullingar has been to your door.
Tony Riley, you've lived a rock's throw since the day of me birth. And this is the first I've heard of beauty.
Are you going to denounce me for bringing it up?
And you want to what? Put me in a shop window like one of those Eurofloozies in Amsterdam?
What the hell are you talking about, Amsterdam?
Amsterdam! You know what I'm talking about! Naked women on parade in the windows of Amsterdam!
We're talking about my cousin. He's a solid man. He's never even been to Amsterdam, I don't think.
But you bring him here to look me over, like I was a red heifer.
I see what you're saying about the smoking and giving it up, Rosemary. You're not yourself.
How would you know?
Your temper is rough.
Did he offer you money?
Who?
Your cousin.
For what?
Why would you go out of your way like this? You know what it is? There's a name for it. It's human trafficking.
Human trafficking? It is not.
It's all over the news. You heard me.
He's my cousin. He's a fine lad. And he's lonely.
Half the world is lonely. And you would knock on my door about that. Look out the window. Look at the rain and the gloom and the empty land. And tell me why you haven't knocked on my door if loneliness makes people knock on doors. What is it about this Adam? That he's named after the original man is still strange to me.
Oh, it's a common name.
Why for Adam do you knock?
I don't know.
Why not for yourself?
What's that?
Why not for yourself if you find me beautiful and lived a hen's kick away since the day I begun? Why have you not for yourself knocked on the door?
Maybe I should come back another time.
Now don't make me reach out from behind the door with the shotgun, cause I will!
Jesus, Rosemary, for the love of God, if it's this bad, go back on the cigarettes. There's cures for cancer. Easier than your mood.
Oh, you'd put me back in the smokes, would you? Bad cess to you!
Don't be cursing me.
After what I've been through, sit down!
I won't sit.
You will!
Calm down then.
Drink your Guinness!
My poor heart is sentimental, not made of gold.
What's all this monkey doing here?
Oh, Simon!
I'm taking Blanche to Galapagos for supper this evening, and then to a show because it's your poker night.
How about my supper, huh? I ain't going no Galapagos for supper.
I put you a cold plate on ice.
Boy, that just Daisy.
And I'm gonna try and keep Blanche out until after the party breaks up, and then we'll go to a show down in the quarter, so you better give me some money.
Oh, where is she?
Soaking in a hot tub. She's terribly upset.
Over what?
She's been through such an ordeal.
Yeah?
Stan, we lost Belle Reeve.
Oh, hold on. The place in the country?
Yes.
How?
It had to be sacrificed to something. So when she comes out, be sure to say something nice about her appearance, and don't mention the baby. I haven't mentioned anything to her yet.
So...
Oh, and be nice to her, Stan. Try to understand her, and don't forget to say something nice about her dress and mention her appearance. It's Blanche's little weakness.
Yeah, okay, I get the idea. Now, let's get back a little bit to we said the place in the country was disposed of.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, let's have a few more details on that subject.
It's best not to talk about it until after she's calmed down.
Oh, so that's the deal? Oh, Sister Blanche cannot be knowing business details right now?
You saw how she was last night.
I saw how she was. Let's have again at that bill of sale.
I haven't seen any.
Well, she didn't show you no papers? And no deed of sale, nothing like that?
It seems like it wasn't sold.
What the hell was it then? Give away? The charity?
Shh, she will hear you.
I don't give a damn if she hears me. Let's see the papers.
There weren't any papers. I didn't see any papers. I don't care about papers. Stan.
Have you ever heard of the Napoleonic Code?
No, Stan, and I haven't. And if it ain't
Let me enlighten you on a point or two, baby.
Yes.
In the state of Louisiana, we have the Napoleonic Code, according to which what belongs to the wife belongs to the husband and vice versa. For instance, if I had a piece of property, or you had a piece of property...
My head is swimming.
All right, I'll wait till she's done soaking the hot tub, and I'll inquire if she is acquainted with the Napoleonic Code. It looks to me like you've been swindled, baby. All right, when you're swindled under the Napoleonic Code, I'm swindled too. I don't like to be swindled.
There is plenty of time to ask her questions later, but if you do now, she will go to pieces again. Now, I don't know what happened to Belle Reeve, but you sound so ridiculous to suggest that I or my sister or anyone in my family for that matter could have perpetrated a swindle on anyone.
And where's the money the place was sold?
Not sold, lost. Lost.
Oh, come on.
Stay.
Open your eyes and stuff. You think she got this out of a teacher's pay? Look at these feathers and furs she come to preen herself in. What is a solid gold dress, I believe? Huh? What's this here? Fox pieces? They're genuine fox pieces, half a mile long.
These are some of hers.
Where's your Snow White ones, Willis? Where are your white fox pieces, Stella?
She's had these a long time.
Are you kidding me? I got an acquaintance. I'm into a pretty good appraisal of all this. So when you bet this $1,000 invest in this stuff here?
Don't be such an idiot, Stanley.
What have we here? The treasure chest of a pirate. Look, pearls, ropes of them. Where's the sister here? Is a deep sea diver brings up sunken treasure? Or is she the champion safecracker of all time? The bracelet's a solid gold too, huh? Where are your pearls and gold bracelets, Stella? Oh, look, diamonds. Look at this. Look, crown for an empress.
That is a rhinestone tiara she wore to a costume ball.
What the hell's rhinestone?
Next door to glass.
You kidding me? I got an acquaintance that works in a jewelry store. I'll be there making appraisal of all this. Here's your plantation and what's left of it. Here.
You don't know how horrid and stupid you're being. Now, close that before she gets out of the bathroom.
Yeah, Kowalski's in the plot. Different notions.
Indeed, they have. Thank heavens. I'm going outside. You come with me while Blanche is getting dressed.
This is when you give me orders, huh?
Are you just gonna stand there and insult her then?
You're damn tootin' I'm gonna stay here.
And who is that there? No, take them the toes of me. Who is that there? No, take them the toes of me.
So he was on me as soon as I walked in.
Who's this now? Stevie Grimes at the dollar store.
He works there?
He's the young guy, stands in back of the store. He's up at bingo all the time.
I can't picture him.
He's that kid who stands in back of the store.
The dollar store?
Yeah, the dollar store.
Oh, I never go in there.
Then you're not gonna know him, Dottie.
This store's got nothing but shit in it.
Okay, well that's who fired me. Turn that down, Joycey.
You know, I always thought it's peculiar. Stevie at bingo.
He gets it from his mother. Susie was always up there playing bingo.
Susie who?
Susie Grimes, Stevie's mother.
Susie with the turkey?
Yeah!
Remember this? Who threw that bird at me?
Did you mention how you were friends
Shorty!
It's not gonna be easy finding work, you know. My Russell's been looking for work for almost a year now.
Yeah, well,
What?
Russell.
What's that mean?
Nothing, just Russell.
Hey, Doc, would you go in and turn that down for her, please?
Russell's a hard worker. He's just having trouble finding something.
Lucky that Franny works.
Oh, that bitch. She won't even give him walking around money. All those months he spotted her cash while she was in that hairdressing school. Now she can hardly give him a nickel. But she's out buying cigarettes and scratch tickets and whatever else.
It's her money.
They're married. They're supposed to share.
And he should get a job.
That's what I'm telling you. He can't. He's been trying.
Russell can get a job. If Remy Hayes can get a job, Russell can.
Who said anything about Remy Hayes?
Well, somebody hired him.
So?
So he's missing half his face.
And
he's missing half his face, Tawny. What do you mean, and?
He was such a good-looking kid, too. Do you remember his mother going around showing us pictures of him in his uniform?
Then they sent him home with half a face.
Sad.
And still, he got a job at Jordan Mart.
Remy Hayes got a job because people feel bad for him. That's how he got a job. Russell didn't go to Iraq. Russell's not missing half his face. Nobody feels bad for Russell.
You got that right.
I'm going to put her headphones on.
And who do you think's gonna hire her? She's supposed to give me rent at the end of the month. You think she's gonna give it to me?
Well, if you had showed up to watch Joycey.
So it's my fault.
She relies on you.
I don't have to watch her. I do it as a favor.
What favor? She pays you $50 a week.
Like that's anything.
You take it?
Of course I take it. I'm watching her kid.
When you show up, you mean?
Oh, don't blame this on me, Marty. You know I have trouble getting up in the morning. I work nights, after all.
You work nights.
I do work nights.
You're upstairs.
Yeah, working. I make my craft.
Oh, great. Those stupid rabbit things.
That's my work.
You glue styrofoam balls on the flower pots.
I get $5 a pop for those rabbits. People like them.
People are morons.
I think those rabbits are cute.
$5 for 40 cents a craft?
It's not crap.
I hate to break it to you, Naughty, but anything with googly eyes is crap.
Oh, fuck off.
It's been a hard